regard, c'est la grande arme de la coquetterie vertueuse. Parce qu'on peut tout dire avec un regard. Et puis après...
Hello everyone! Welcome to my sketchbook. It feels weird to finally be able to share a sketchbook here. This is my first one that I am genuinely proud of. It's a little all over the place, but there's a clear evolution of my style and interests throughout these 2 years. With this in mind, I do want to point out I reserve the right to revisit any of these sketches in the future. There are a ton of unfinished pieces that definitely deserve to see the light of day here, but with me moving away for college and the workload, I never got around to. I'll come back every once in a while and add things to it. I don't think I'm ready to let this sketchbook go quite yet. In this sketchbook, I tried to focus on just drawing and allowing myself to experiment. I tried to use different mediums as well and bring some color into it. I watched tons of sketchbook videos before starting this one. The one that stuck with me was Rebecca Sugar's tour, where she talks about how a sketchbook shouldn't be a collection of finished pieces. I mean, it's a sketchbook. She talks about the learning process she had to go through, learning that it's okay to leave pieces unfinished, to paste things in, and allow herself to revisit an idea later. I definitely kept this in mind as I made my way through this one. To get me to start looking at this in a different way, I jumped around the pages. I had never done that before, and admittedly, it felt so weird starting like 5 pages into it, but it helped a lot. I still worked on it like normal, starting relatively at the beginning of it and making my way to the end, but in between ideas, when I couldn't think of what else to draw, I'd revisit past drawings and pieces, either adding something to it or the page itself with doodles or sticky notes. One of my favorite things from this sketchbook is all the things I pasted in that only add charm to it. It allowed me to be flexible with it. I mean, I worked on it even when I was separated from the physical pages. When I messed up or an idea didn't turn out how I thought it would, the pressure of making it quote-unquote good was almost non-existent, since I could always put a sticky note on top of it and try again. I had never experimented in a sketchbook as much as I did with this one. I don't know if experimented is the correct term to use there, since I was still very much in my comfort zone, but it feels right. Dynamic poses, movement, line quality, styles. I had never tested my creativity and tenacity like using watercolor, gouache, color pencil, Posca, soft pastels in a sketchbook and being okay with it not turning out great was okay. I forgot what it was to have fun with art. Throughout the projects and things to turn in, I think I lost sight of what I enjoyed about making art, which is being able to share my interpretation of both the world around me and whatever is going on in my head at the time. Expressions of happiness, love, sadness, loneliness, uncertainty. I like doing that. We have our fair share of pre-COVID drawings and some post-COVID ones here. When I see these drawings, I remember making these pieces at different points in my life. I have drawings here before I knew I'd be applying to business schools, others while I was completing college apps, while others were completed during quarantine and what little I got to experience of my senior year. It's weird how my view on the world and my own life has changed throughout the process of this sketchbook. I don't think people talk about this enough, but with works like this, I get weirdly attached to it. I know you're not supposed to get attached to your work, but I can't help it. I am sentimental like that. I am a collector of objects and memories. This sketchbook is a collection of memories of my last year in high school and my first semester in college. I like flipping through the pages and remembering those moments, as drastically different as some are from others. As narcissistic as it sounds, I like to think I've grown a lot these past 2 years. I was such a naive kid when I started this sketchbook. I am aware I still don't know everything that there is to know about the world and what surrounds me, but I'd like to think I've become more conscious of what's around me and, well, myself. What I like, what I don't like, what I want. Maybe it's just me wanting to depict myself as a deep thinker, or the background music making me want to sound mature and deep. but I do think I've grown to understand who I am a little more. High school is so binary and restricting. It didn't help that for a lot of us, we ended that period of our lives in an even more restrictive form through online classes and mostly alone. Graduating, even if online through a viewing of a YouTube livestream in my living room, was still a somewhat liberating experience. Not to say that I didn't enjoy high school, I met some amazing people there and grew to be a great version of myself, but leaving all that behind, moving away, figuring out what you want out of life, it changes your perspective on what's worthwhile and what isn't. With 2 minutes remaining of the video, I have to ask myself, how do I want to end this? Right now, I am halfway done with my second semester of college. I have moved on to another chapter in my life and have started documenting it in another sketchbook already. This sketchbook tour is not only a way for me to share this collection of drawings and doodles I've been working on for the past 2 years, but it's also a way for me to get some closure on this period of my life. I want to properly say goodbye to that and be able to move full on ahead. As I said earlier, I do reserve the right to revisit it at some point in the future, but I think it's okay if I put it away for a while. To make way for new things in life, we have to make peace with our past after all. I'll fondly remember the moments I spent with this sketchbook by my side, but I am excited as to what the future has in store for me. On a more art-related note, I hope to continue developing my skills and style. I have an original character that has been floating around my head for the last 3 years that you might have seen throughout this video. I hope to develop her more and figure out what her story is. I have some sort of idea what it could be, but it still needs some structuring. I don't even know her name yet, and I've been drawing her since like 2018. That's that. I want to thank you for watching this video and sitting through 8 minutes of me rambling. I hope you enjoyed it. I have some other travel sketchbooks I can make videos on once I go back home. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Stay safe and see you around. Bye.